Hello everybody. Welcome to a Toonkind 12 FPS. My name is Wiz, and I'm one of your players today, and I'm playing my itty bitty little butterfly bard, Chrys. I haven't played her in so long. I miss my girl. And joining me is the delightful, talented, funny, and wonderful friend of mine, Jazz Hands.
Is me, Ike. Hello. Like you say that, and okay, apparently I'm already in character, I guess. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna be playing as Polaris, who is a very anxious bard. Yeah, he's kind of like self-contradictory to himself, but that's fine. It's fine. It's chill. It's cool.
It's all good. Oh dear. So these two have been seeing each other on a regular basis because they work together. So there's nothing that special there. But Ike, do you want to remind everybody what happened at Animas?
So back in Animas, the group got together to try to help out Amphina because they hadn't seen Amphina for a while. Amphina hasn't been doing too great, so they went to try to cheer up Amphina, visiting her house and everything, her apartment rather. And at the end of it, Chrys kind of shrunk and flew off really abruptly.
Yeah. Not something that any of them had seen her do. Either of those things, actually. Because she was normally 3'5", I think, is what it makes it be.
She's like basically like a regular toon height, not like an itty bitty bee.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, they'd never seen her with wings before, and then all of a sudden, whoop, off she goes. And she's been very pointedly not talking about it at all to anybody. Like, if anyone even remotely tries to bring Animas up, she's like, "Ooh, hey, look at the sky, talk about blue," and makes a hasty retreat, and hasn't been hanging out with Polaris and Otto as much after work and stuff. Like, normally she'd loiter a little bit, but she hasn't been loitering as much. She kind of disappears fairly promptly after work closes. But that's kind of where we're at the moment. The bar is just the bar. The club, the Lonely Cricket, has just sort of closed. The lounge. There you go. Has just closed for the evening. And Chrys has already made a pretty hasty retreat somewhere into the bowels of the building, rather than out the front door.
Okay. And I feel like for like the past couple of weeks at least, like ever since Animus, so like probably months at this point, I feel like Polaris, like he's tried to ask about like what was going on, but always got like pulled away from that question immediately, and it's just like, okay, I guess. Seeing that she is inside the building, I guess he's gonna take a look around to see if he can find her.
Okay. It does take a while. Yeah, I'll get you to roll a perception, why not? Polaris.
I'm sorry. It's just itty bitty versus tall, unusually tall toon man for toon standards. Yeah, he doesn't perceive much with a 3.
No, not with a 3.
Unfortunately.
So like he'd look in all the normal places, because like he knows he saw her go this way, but where on earth did she go after that? And after a significant amount of time of checking, like at least an hour, he comes into a stairway that leads down to a storage basement, and it's one of those smooth concrete stairwells that has a nice echo in it, like you might get in like a parking garage or in an apartment building or something like that. And he can't see her, but he can hear her somewhere in the stairwell, because she's singing to the echo. Now I've got a little recording here, and I'm going to pop that in. And for everyone who's listening live, you're going to have to press play on your own time, because I can't make it work otherwise.
I think Polaris hears that, and I think as it was going on, he probably sat down on the stairs for a bit. Like, he didn't make any effort to, like, keep walking or anything. He's just sitting down, listening in. He's just gonna take a minute just to kind of, like, keep it quiet, you know?
Mm. And, like, he's heard her sing before, but not that song.
Oh yeah, like, I can imagine, like, other songs that Chrys has probably done have been, like, a bit more, like, peppy, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, it would be good for, like, a Ren fair where things are really, like upbeat and fun, but it's a different vibe with this one.
Yeah. And I'm not going to make you roll another perception, just at risk of another 3 or worse. But as you're sitting down and you're listening, you're trying to hone in on where her voice is coming from. And then as the song finishes, you can see her only just on the handrail at the end of the flight that you're currently sitting on, because it's kind of got like a little landing and then it turns a corner. So just at the end on the handrail, she's just sitting there, just a little small tiny blue speck.
Yeah, I think Polaris is gonna, like, slowly make his way over. Like, he doesn't want to, like, frighten her or anything, because, like, jeez. But, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to check in.
Are you gonna do that by stealth or by making yourself known at this point?
I think, like, because, like, presumably it has a bit of an echo, I have a feeling that you could probably hear him coming down. I mean, he's got these heckin', like, cowboy boots on. So, I mean...
Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll her a perception just to see how much she was paying attention. And I'm gonna roll my itty bitty tiny Chrys dice for the first time, which is super exciting. Okay, what's that? That's a 17 on the dice. And your perception is... Oh, very good. Okay. That's a 24 roll up. Yeah, so you definitely noticed. She's going to sort of jump as she starts turning, heading more down the stairs and turn. And then there's a sort of a bit of a scramble and Polaris! And then there's this sort of poof of that blue sparkly smoke that always seems to precede her presence. And then she's standing there at her quote-unquote normal size in the stairwell, looking a bit awkward.
Sorry to intrude on you. I didn't mean to, but I the others and I have been kind of concerned about you. I just kind of want to check in to see how you're doing.
No, I'm okay. I, I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be fine, Polaris?
Because you like for for the first little bit, we would always hang out like after work and everything, and then lately it kind of seems like you've been like a little distant. I'm not great at these things, but I wanted to I really want to check in just to see what's been going on. I know I can't really help much, but I don't mind taking a listen and lending an ear. Some
Oh,
other way to say that.
no, you're fine. I mean, I'm not meaning to avoid anyone. I don't know. It's an old habit, I guess.
I think Polaris is just gonna sit down on the stairs again
Mm.
and just kind of like lightly pat the beside him or in front of him.
But she'll sit down next to him and fold her hands in her lap and just sort of look at them. Hmm. No, an old habit. I know it's silly, but
I mean, it can't be that silly. It wasn't like I was fearless as a kid, and now I'm. You've seen me. I would talk to you about how I wouldn't want to go on stage some nights, and then sometimes I do, and
you were
hard to
wonderful
believe
on
that.
stage, Polaris.
I guess, but point is though, I think everybody kind of has their own thing, habits and whatnot. So I'm not gonna judge.
Hmm. I doubt you've ever come across something like this, though.
I I probably not, but I'm still willing to listen.
Hmm. I I'm gonna roll her with save now. Do do do. That's a 15. What's your whiz save? +1. Okay, so 16. She looks like she's umming and ahhing over it for a moment, and you can see her kind of wringing her hands through her oversized sleeves. I I'm well. I mean, guess you've probably figured out I'm a little bit different to most tunes.
Well, yeah, I figure that much. Any Toonkind out there, even if they aren't a Toonkind, they got something special about them, you know. I mean, I mean, look at Amphina and look at Otto. They're two completely different people compared to either of us too. You know, it's everybody's gonna be a little different. You know what I mean. There's cats and dogs outside, and then there's gonna be also people and other things
Mm,
too.
yeah, we're a oh Lord, we're a little rarer than cats and dogs, though. Um, I'm well, oh bother, and she just sort of stands up and she gives her arms a little bit of a shake, and then there's more of that blue mist, and she shrinks down, and then she's standing on the step, and she's only 2 inches tall, standing on the step next to you, and distinctly not looking at you.
It's like unlike the bit from Animas, Polaris is a lot calmer about this time. Now that he kind of knows it's a thing, but you can see that he's just kind of thinking to himself for a moment.
This is how big I'm normally.
What's wrong about that?
Nothing, but people like me, other people like me, we're not supposed to interact with people like you.
Who says that? I'm pretty sure there's been some. Like, it wasn't there, like. I'm pretty sure there was. Huh.
It's a long tradition thing. Where I grew up, we collectively, I guess, try and keep out of Big Toon's way to keep us safe.
I see. I mean, despite size, I guess you could say sometimes I feel small too, but I know that's vastly different. uh, Point is, it sort of feels like no matter where I go, things are gonna always change. You know, there can be traditions here and there. I was meant to be a child star back home, but unlike some kids, some toons, I grew up, and people didn't like that.
Does kind of disqualify you for the child part, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, they thought I was just some cute little guy, and singing on the stars and whatnot, and seeing me grow up, they weren't sure what to feel, and it it it's taken a long time to just kind of accept that I've changed. Everything in my life has changed. I haven't seen my parents in a while. I've been. I guess you could say everybody kind of has their own experience in change.
Hmm. I feel like I've had far too much change in the last couple of years. After,
Yeah.
well, I was kicked out of my home.
Oh no. I certainly hope you actually have a place to stay right now.
Oh,
Do you?
I don't take up very much room. I've actually been staying here. I found it. I found a shoebox and it makes a really, really good bedroom, actually.
I. Chrys, if you just told me, I wouldn't mind having like a roommate. I mean, it like I've been working hard on it, and I wouldn't mind having company over. Uh, there's nothing wrong in asking about that stuff.
I. That's just the thing. I couldn't. It's. You're the first person outside of the reason I got kicked out of my home in the first place to know that I'm tiny.
You might be small, but that doesn't make you any less important.
Traditions mean a lot to some people.
Oh, of course. I mean, my folks, they got their own traditions, all the music stuff and what have you. I mean, that's kind of just part of me, but sometimes I gotta let go. Sometimes I. Sometimes how do I put it? There's a moment where you kind of realize that despite tradition and rules, you have to give yourself permission as well. to do what you want and what makes you happy.
Hmm.
And if that is to live with someone massively taller than you, and if that means performing and doing something wildly different, I would encourage it. I mean, it's not hurting anybody, and I figure as much. You could probably take care of yourself quite well. I mean, there's all kinds of things around here, but
It's a lovely place. It's not the first time I've been to Toontown, but it was the first time I've been here on my own.
I know that feeling. It was nerve-wracking. Put it that way. When I first moved here, it took a lot to adjust to being by myself, to doing what job I had before all this. I'm not proud of that, but it was a living, I guess.
Hmm. Do you remember when I first came to the cricket and I said that we used to be on tour with another group?
Oh yeah?
That was the last time I came to Toontown, when we were on tour.
Been that long. Huh.
Hmm.
Well, let's put it this way. If you didn't show up, I wouldn't have known a good friend like you.
She's gonna blush a little bit and fiddle with her fingers. That's very sweet of you to say, Polaris.
I'm not great at these things, but if there's anything I've learned, personal experience, again, nothing like what you got, but I get the feeling. It's change. Change in life is scary. I signed up for something so spontaneous. I didn't know I was gonna heckin' go to another planet, the moon or whatever it was. I'm not used to that.
Some experiences are good. Some are.
I mean, I would like to do more of those. You know, try different things, go to different places, different venues.
Get on another rocket.
Yeah. There's a lot out there. I mean, I wouldn't mind still keeping in touch with my photography and all that stuff too, but
Haven't seen you take many photos here.
yeah, I've been sort of just I've been a little more focused on the musical stuff, you know? If you performed that much, because before all that, it was performing in my house, in my room, by myself.
I did miss performing. I was so happy that you and Amphina let me perform here.
I mean, I would argue to say you fit in well. I mean, hey, none of us are perfect. I'm still getting to know Otto and Fina, but I think all of us got a little something to learn. I'm still learning all this nervous stuff. You know what it is.
Everyone's got things they're nervous about, afraid of. So it's not that big a deal that you're nervous.
Oh, it's it's kind of shocking that I did like a 360 on feeling like this. You know, like as a kid, I was fearless. I was like jumping all around like the stage that I had back then. Crazy stuff. I look back and I wonder, how did I do that?
Why did you
How
stop?
did I just do that without a single thought? Well, again, I grew up. You know, I thought a lot, and I wasn't really what they wanted. And it took a long time to realize what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back to those roots, but in a way that made me happy.
I lost my first home
But,
because I did what made me
but,
happy.
Of course, on top of all that, I'm still learning how to get over the stage fright thing again because, again, not used to playing in front of other people. The last time I did outside of the cricket was just I met someone on the street, got to play with them. It was wild. I don't normally do that.
And you're taking it at your own pace. Nothing wrong with that.
I suppose, yeah. I guess the point is I guess over time I want to learn to be stronger. No, that's I want to find courage in just allowing myself to try these things. Doesn't matter what other people think. I would be glad to just, even if it's just with a tiny, like change is gonna happen all the time, but that doesn't make it any less of a valuable moment to cherish. Yeah.
I suppose. I never would have met the three of you if certain very, very big changes hadn't happened to me. Wouldn't have met a lot of people, really.
That's true. I feel like the big changes they'll happen for everybody somehow. It's not great, but at least I've been learning that moving forward, you kind of learn to just give yourself permission to change in a way that feels good. To try to learn from it and go forward. So, despite the past being what it is, I can't change that. I can't change the fact that I grew up, obviously. Not that I know of, anyway. I'm sure some other tunes could, but I wouldn't know. But I'm kind of accepting the fact that this is where I am. Even if things get a little, much.
Yeah. It's hard, though, for me. I
It is hard.
I'm not trying to be deceptive or anything because I don't trust you all. I do. It's just the last big people I trusted. I lost them. And it was my fault.
I think for a moment, Polaris is just gonna like hold a hand out for Chrys to kind of like stand on.
Okay. She will look at his hand and then she will climb onto it and just sort of stand there. But she's just trying to rub tears out of her eyes with her big sleeves.
He just kind of like brings his hand a little closer, just to kind of like check in a little bit more closely. And well, again, I'm not great at these things, but I can imagine how that feels. But the nice thing about, despite how things went, we can learn from that. I don't plan on giving up anytime soon. If that's what you're worried about.
It wasn't by choice. we were attacked. And instead of staying and helping my friends fight, I ran and hid. And now they're all gone.
Did you see them go? Or this is graphic, I'm sorry.
No, I didn't see. But there was so much fire. And I found out afterwards. They were all gone. And I couldn't even go home.
I wouldn't put the blame on you, because you didn't start any fight. At least I certainly hope you hadn't.
No, of course not.
Well, I don't expect you to be that kind of person. That's not. Jeez. It's tough. And I can understand that emotion. Because it's something you can't go back on, and they're just kind of out of your life now. Whenever they're somewhere else, or, you know. I don't want to assume the worst, because I'm not that kind of person.
She just sort of sniffles and wipes out her face a little bit more.
Because I know there's times I thought I had certain friends. They were just clients I had for previous work. Not very nice. But I still kind of cared. Because people are complex like that. It's not the same as your situation, but there are days I wish I could check in on them to see how they're doing, how life is for them now, see if they're still trying to get pictures of celebrities for whatever reason. Weird job stuff. But I do remember too that I have to let that go. They get to choose what they want to do. And I got the choice in mind too. Even if it hurt.
No reason why you couldn't just say hello. People have made friends in stranger ways. I met my best friend because he caught me in a jar.
Oh my. Jeez.
Scared me to death.
Well, at least I can say it's safe here.
Thank you, Polaris.
There might be jars and stuff, of course, in the kitchen, but nothing, you know. I'm not gonna be like that chef from like the Pixar Proctor or what's it? Something about rats. I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think any of us would do that. That's that would just be weird.
Well, as long as you don't try catching butterflies inside, I should be fine.
I mean, I would rather just see butterflies fly around, not trapped in some tiny space. That's, I mean, that's like locking me in a closet. That's, I don't consider that to be a good time. Not much air. That's what I'm assuming.
Children like to catch butterflies in the field. So I don't blame him. And if it wasn't for him, well, I wouldn't have met you all anyway.
I'm, it, on topic of that, kind of, have you ever heard of the butterfly effect?
I don't think so.
They always say that every person in Inkwell, they got their own life, that's how we work, but that butterfly effect is kind of showing that it's always going to fly a different direction, depending what we do, where we go, right? If things didn't go the way they did, I wouldn't have shown up here. I wouldn't have had a job where I can do what I enjoy and get to see any of you. I mean, you wouldn't have to be here. And you probably would have been stuck in, I don't know, probably not in a good spot in some circumstances, I would assume. Having a limitation can be difficult,
Changing
so that
that?
butterfly effect, you kind of just fly a different path and a different result comes along.
If that one thing was changed, I wouldn't have even been kicked out.
That's true.
He gave me the magic to change my size. To be able to talk to toons like you without them knowing that I was so small normally. And if he never gave me that magic, I wouldn't have been kicked out.
If none of that had gone where it went, I wouldn't have seen you. I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have heard you sing like that,
Singing always made me happy.
I mean, it's a form of expression. It's it's kind of therapeutic to sing. You kind of get stuff off your chest a little bit. I've been doing a bit of that too.
You still sing really beautifully, Polaris. You should do it more often.
I should. I'm learning to get better with the audiences. Stage fright and whatnot, but there was a song that I was listening to recently. It's sort of just after the space trip, if you will, couldn't stop thinking. Because it kind of described how I want to live, Because despite anything that's happened, going forward, I want to make it the best I can.
I'm sure you're doing great at it.
I don't know about that.
Well, the stairwell always makes a good audience. I like to sing into the stairs when there aren't any people around. Is it bad that I still feel sad for my friends?
No. There's nothing wrong in that. There's. I think it's kind of like. How do I word it? it's not a bad thing to feel that way. Cause, well, yeah, it hurts. I still kind of hurt a bit when I think back on how good I had it. I was so lucky, and it kind of just fell apart for a while. But I know that I can't let that stop me. I'm allowed to feel that way, though.
Feels like it's been so long, and I miss
It,
them. I miss them very
I feel.
much.
I don't blame you. I keep telling myself I would visit home and see everyone there, but I keep holding back.
Where is home?
Uh, it's out in the Independent Isles. It's quite a ways from here.
I've not been to many. You can probably guess, I'm from UPA. So the town isn't on any map.
Into there. I mean, I don't even know if mine's labeled. I don't know.
Well, the town where I'm from is hidden. It's built into and around some little trees. And underground a little. Like an ant's nest.
Back to the main thing. I mean, I can't say for anybody else, but you're allowed to just be you around here. I think having a small addition is it's not a bad thing. I think if you say that there's been some bigs that are not nice for whatever reason, maybe we can change that.
Oh, but I would have to be big in order to be on stage. No one would be able to see me.
Well, not with that attitude.
I'm 2 inches tall, Polaris.
Well, yes, but I don't think that should ever stop you.
I don't.
I'm sure we can commission someone to make something that would work for you, so you can be seen. Maybe we can invite some tiny audiences as well. I think they could use a nice area to entertainment, meet some people of different size, try to bring that positive energy in.
Chrys is staring at you with very round eyes.
Are you good?
I don't know if they would go for that, but what an idea!
I mean, it's ambitious, yeah. But back to the point. I heard it from somewhere, but if I'm gonna ever leave at all this life, I want to leave it better than how I started. I don't want to just look back and go, oh, that could have been me. I'd rather make those big changes for positive things, if it's possible. I mean, I don't know. I'm just one guy.
It's a very good way of thinking, Polaris. And you're not just anything. What a wonderful idea.
I mean, we could ask maybe the owners. Maybe we could ask Amphina. I feel like Amphina would know this place better than me, but I wouldn't know where to begin. But my point is, I kind of goes back to that song I've been listening to. I've been trying to play it out. It's kind of motivating.
Will you sing it for me?
I guess I could. And just a small out of character moment, I will admit, this song has actually been motivating for me in person too, so I guess this is doubling as like therapy as my character.
No. Chrys is going to sort of just sit down on Polaris's hand and look at him very expectantly.
And this is where I would also say that I would play a heckin' guitar to go with it, but unfortunately, I do not know how to play guitar, nor do I own a guitar.
Alas. I speak you when
but
you
at
need
least
him.
I can still sing. And this one's been a total earworm, so oh boy. Will I do the full song? I got no idea. And I just gotta pull up lyrics because I've been wanting to get this right as well.
Put the voice mod on it so it sounds like you're singing in the stairwell.
Ooh, that's actually a good idea. Let me just do that. It's gonna take a moment. This is where like
You probably want to take push to talk off because you cut out.
it is being a butt. Hopefully this works now. Am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Good. That's good. Okay, let me just second. It's like I did not plan for this, but I'm gonna heckin' go through with it. Why not? It's thematically fitting, and I've been listening to this song way too much recently. Is this echo good? Oh dear God.
Gosh.
That's way too much.
I used the cathedral setting. Is the one I was using.
Okay, let me just get that done. Is this better?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, this is actually much better. We're really in the stairwell now. Okay. I wanna live as an untold story. Rather go out in a place of glory. I can't hear you. I don't fear you. Alive now, 'cause the bad I lost. Dodging bullets with your broken past, and I don't hear you. I don't fear you now. Wrapped in your regret, what a waste of blood and sweat. Oh, I wanna taste love and pain, wanna feel pride and shame. Don't wanna take my time, don't wanna waste one line. I wanna live better days, never look back and say, could have been me, could have been me. Yeah! Don't wanna live as an unsung melody. I'd rather listen to the silence telling me I can't hear you. I won't fear you. Don't wanna wake up on a Monday morning. The thought of work is getting my skin crawling. I can't fear you. I don't hear you now. Wrapped in your regret. What a waste of blood and sweat. Oh, I wanna taste love and pain, wanna feel pride and shame. Don't wanna take my time, don't wanna waste one line. I wanna live better days, never look back and say, could have been me. Could have been me. Yeah. Taste love and pain. Wanna feel pride and shame. Don't wanna take my time. Don't wanna waste one line. Wanna live better days. Never look back and say, could have been me. Could have been me. I wanna taste love and pain, wanna feel pride and shame. Don't wanna take my time, don't wanna waste one line. I wanna live better days, never look back and say, could have been me. Could have been me.
Oh, that was cool. I like it. You're getting itty bitty tiny little claps from Chrys with her tiny hands.
Yeah. That's that's been on my mind.
I think you told me some of the lyrics as advice earlier.
Did I?
Yeah.
I might have been thinking on it. But it makes sense. At least I think so.
It does make sense. Thank you, Polaris. That was really lovely.
There's I still think about just as much, there's things I wish I could have done, but I just know that I can't go back. So I want to make the most of it. I want to try different experiences, different venues, different jobs, maybe. I don't know.
Move forward instead.
Just to see how I like them. Yeah. I maybe learn to get over the stage fright, nervousness. That's probably gonna take a while.
Little steps. It'll come. First post.
That's true. that idea. Maybe we can write something out for like a pitch or something. I mean, we are called the Lonely Cricket. I feel like that would be kind of weird to not have
something cricket-sized.
Smaller guests. Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
I mean, it would be kind of ironic if we didn't.
It would be so strange to have furniture the right size.
Well, then you'd be able to sit down nicely. You can maybe you could have your own like dressing room. I don't think we've ever properly looked into a dressing room for you. You never brought it up, so I guess we never investigated that. Because I mean, I got one, and Thena has one. They just kind of gave it to me. I don't know if Polaris. I mean, that's me. Otto. You know what I mean. I don't know if Otto has one. Or wants one. I don't know.
I used to have so many different costumes.
Not
all of them would be appropriate for here, though. Some of them were... they were really sparkly, some of them.
Have you looked at me? I mean, I toned down the hat. I swapped out some things. I like sparkles once in a while, you know? It's nice to have.
More sparkly
I've been nervous
than you, Polaris.
to share it, though.
These were big and covered in sequins and glitter, and they were usually the opening act outfits. I used to appear out of nowhere in a puff of blue smoke. It was part of our act.
Oh.
And, you know,
I mean,
making costumes for me at this size is a lot cheaper than any bigger.
Did you enjoy doing that act?
It was fun. Yeah. People tried so hard.
Any of us would be opposed to.
People used to try so hard to figure out how I would appear. They'd have people come and try and check for trapdoors and invisibility. They never were.
I mean, I still don't know how it's done, but I know it's there.
It's just
it's you. So I mean,
I can't change shape without the smoke. That's all.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's like you can't do some spells unless you have like a book or some item or something.
Chrys is going to reach a hand up and fiddle with the bow that's tied around her damaged antenna a little bit, but then drop her hand back down to her lap. Magic is interesting. Difficult. Sometimes fickle.
It is. I'm not even like a full-on wizard or anything. I'm just a bard, you know. But you know, I know a little bit, not much, but it's it makes me wonder how like wizards or something they keep all that information.
I don't know.
You know, to cast so many things. I don't know. It's a mystery to me. But I'm not complaining.
The one who gave me this magic He said he found it in the middle of a forest somewhere. Yeah.
Do you know which forest?
She folds her arms over her chest and... I don't know what the Bigs called it. I don't remember. It was in UPA. He was UPA in as well.
Did you know what name you call it?
It was a
I know it's probably not the same, but...
distant. It was definitely a distant forest from where we were. It would have been a lot closer to somebody with your long legs, but somewhere on the other side of the field.
Probably a... I was gonna say, it's probably quite a ways from... What was it? Billstown?
Oh, we weren't even near Billstown.
Billstown's in UPA, right?
Billstown is in UPA, yeah. But our little town...
I still haven't been, so...
Our little tiny town wasn't anywhere near Billstown anyway. It's further north and northwest. But he said he found it.
Well, maybe we can... I don't know. I would say take a trip to UPA, but, I don't know. I don't know if the bosses here would allow that much vacation to... I don't know. I mean, they didn't complain to me going to the moon, apparently. I wasn't sure if they believed me, but...
I wouldn't mind going for a visit, if you wanted company.
Yeah.
And
maybe we can get, maybe we can take our little show thing on like the road, but slowly. Not, you know. Not like a tour, not that much. I wouldn't go that far yet. I mean...
Tours are a lot of work, Polaris. They're hard.
That is a lot of work, and I don't know if any of us are ready for that.
Maybe just a bit of busking here and there.
You know what I mean. If the opportunity shows, I guess. I don't know. I would have to ask, but well, I'm glad we got to talk. I'm glad I get to know you, and maybe we can... I wonder if we could probably write something out and send it over to the heads, maybe?
Maybe.
I got most of my stuff back upstairs.
Polaris, when you said you wouldn't mind having a roommate, did you mean it?
I really don't mind having company. Maybe it's a jump for me, but you know, I get to be on my own a lot. It's not bad, but I wonder if I had someone around, maybe just maybe I could learn to get a little more confident around others.
Well, if that's useful, I don't take up much room.
I mean, I'm sure I could probably make like just a space just for you. I could, we might have to look around, see what we can do, but I think we can make something work. So you get your own privacy, your own space.
Chrys is just sort of grinning now.
Well, you know,
she's like, oh.
I mean, I wouldn't mind trying.
There's a bit of a poof sort of noise as her wings appear from her back, and she's got You didn't get a good look at them at Animas, but these big blue emperor butterfly wings. And she just sort of flitters off your hand and she's flying in the air in front of you. I can show you where I've been staying and how much room I need. It's not much. But if you'd have me, I'm happy to keep you company.
Okay. Yeah.
And she's gonna start
did you
fluttering
wanna
up
show
the
me that
stairwell,
then?
I guess.
And he follows.
I guess we could leave it there.
Well, I got something else in mind as well.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So I feel like most community spaces, there's usually like a community bulletin board. There's probably one in the Lonely Cricket as well.
Mm-hmm.
Am I really plugging my own thing? Maybe. Maybe. But there's probably like a bulletin board like as the both of them kind of walk past to go to where they need to go, but Polaris kind of notices it and kind of takes a couple steps back to take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hold on. And amidst all these different like flyers, posters, things on this little bulletin board that are all directed in different like music events and everything happening around Toontown, there's also one for EGAD. And he just takes a look at it for a moment, and then continues to follow along.
Very nice, very nice. Oh dear, dear. Well, that was fun. I wish I was well enough to sing live, but recordings will do. That was great. I really like that song. That was wonderful.
I mean, that was still really good, so...
Oh dear. Thank you for playing
so you
with
see
me.
why I like that song.
Oh, this was good. This was very, very good. I had a good time. It's good to get Chrys back in the spotlight a smidge.
Yeah!
Oh, and then they were roommates.
And they were roommates, too.
Oh dear,
It's like the second time that my characters have gotten one, apparently.
Lol. Oh dear.
Anywho,
I'm gonna go ahead and stop my recording. Thank you again. Thank you for listening, everybody, and we will see you at the next thing. Bye-bye!